man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. How's it
How's it?
going?
I'm good, and you guys?
Yeah, we're
We're
fine.
fine, man.
Do you wanna do it? Do you want a phone call or like a Skype call?
Oh, we can do it that way. It's better because I can record with Skype, and then here with the application I've got, I can record the call.
Okay, I see. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just have to say when you will start. Like a basis is also here. He's just finishing a cigarette. I'm finishing a joint. So,
This is pretty rad.
how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's gonna be quite easy when you guys gonna be ready. I'm gonna say, hi, this is DJ Podcast Dead, and I'm gonna let you introduce yourself when you're ready.
So you do what?
I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. I will press record in a second and introduce myself and yourself.
Okay, so what should we say? Our name.
Yeah, just this is from Straightline.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The concept is pretty goddamn simple, I think.
That's a good thing. You love simple things.
Yes.
Ready when you are. Yeah.
Cool. So, guys, welcome for the first time to our Quebec radio show, Prescription Punk Rock. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, this is Straightline. Back in Germany, we already missed you guys so much.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and my name is Bart.
Yeah, who the hell are you?
Well, this is Henrik. I'm Bart, and the guy that just talked to you was Dominic.
Guys, welcome to Prescription Punk Rock. You guys just hit Quebec. It was a huge Quebec tour. We catch each other at Saguenay, at Jonquière, at Le Déluge. So, we're a couple of weeks after. How you felt when you look back at the memories of that tour?
Oh, it was awesome.
Amazing, man.
It was really one of the best tours we ever did.
Yeah. It's still like like walking on a cloud,
Like for us in Europe, skate punk scene is very small, and being in Quebec, seeing all those passion from the guys in the audience is so cool.
Yeah. It was like, it was like a place in a place like Quebec, like I don't know how you say it, the Mecca.
Yeah,
Quebecer.
The Mecca. Arriving and seeing so many similar people to you, it's pretty rad. So you can be like happy to live there.
Thanks, guys. But, I think there's a connection between Germany and Quebec City. I don't know. We have a huge love affair, and I mean, we think it's crazy when band, take the plane and came here. And I know it's tough, and it took you many years, but when it happened, it's just, we're proud to have you here, and that was amazing. And I think that was the love affair, and there was a lot of people waiting for that because they know you guys.
That's great. Yeah, but that's why we do this whole thing, that we want to be on tour. We don't want to do shows in Germany where people are bored. No, we want to travel around meeting guys like you. It's perfect.
Yeah, and it's the same. That's the reason why I'm doing the radio show, is to play bands like you that do it for the right reason and give everything you got. And the music is so good, man. And it's just pressing play. You sweat, you create. It's more tough for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we do it all obviously for the love. No, none of us is doing it for the money.
No, they're not much.
Yeah, so it's like a win-win situation, like we arrive and then we see like people in the crowd knowing your songs. Like in the first show, I think it was the first show, I remember that some guys sing a guitar riff. They were singing a guitar riff. I never heard that before, and I was like, this is nice, so like.
That guitar riff, dude, that guitar riff, and let me sing it to you. You sing guitar riff?
Some people ever made, where like everybody knows every riff, and they are singing riffs, but not in a band like that. So yeah, I was like, cool.
And that's the thing, Quebec, as as a nickname of the capital of metal, people love metal. So when you cross punk and metal, we fucking
that
love
was like the
metal.
perfect place for us. I guess that's the perfect place for us to play them because of the metal and punk mix we have.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. It just blow our mind. We love, the crossover thing because it's two things that work very well in Quebec. The punk scene is very alive, and the metal scene too. So, and there's not much, people go to punk and metal show. There's not much attitude or anything. We're grown up adults, and we were lucky to have the '90s. So I think there's a nostalgia, and we need, like you said, we need new riff, new fucking solo, and that's what you guys bring, and it's so freshy and cool, man. And live is just crazy, man. The energy you got, it's amazing.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, man.
It's typical German energy.
Well,
actually, I'm the only German in this fucking room.
Yeah, this guy's the only German in the room.
Like we're European,
Yeah.
Like Eric from Spain, Bart from Poland. Yeah. Like we're European.
We're more like a band from Germany, but not a German band.
And that's the thing. Anyway. There's so much culture in the band. It's crazy. Everyone brings something different.
Yeah, but the only culture that counts is subculture.
Yeah.
Straightline culture.
Yeah. It's just, I think, the more like different, not even different, but like musical background is more important. Like those are like making the, how do you say it? Like,
so you guys, it was crazy. The tour was amazing. Now you're back home, jamming. How's gonna be the rest of the years for Straightline?
Yeah, well, you just said we're jamming. Like we're more like practicing the new songs so that we can record them and then have a new record and then come back to you with a new record.
Yeah, that's what we do right now.
That's the plan. Like we're doing it right now.
The creating history now.
Yeah.
And I'm blocking that. I'm stopping you guys from creating because of that shitty interview with that shitty DJ Punk has bet. God damn him.
No, keep talking. All is fine.
Like we will definitely go back to Canada next year.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, like we already have some offers, but I would say I won't say anything until it's not officially.
But there's so much great festival that you guys came, and I know some really want you guys, so I'm sure the next round's gonna be crazy too, and totally different. That's the thing. It's cool because there's a lot of festival now, but they kind of have a different spirit, and and with the lineup and everything, there's so much.
Yeah, tell us the best ones, and then like we can write them, or they can write us. We'll do that. Or tell us which festivals not to go. Depends on.
So you guys gonna, you're in the process of creating the new records. The last one was amazing. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. It's kind of long run, man. You guys have more than 10 years. Do you remember the first time you hit a stage with Straightline back in the days?
No, I think we don't remember that.
I guess I am the only one who can answer that question. Like, because I'm the only
original guy.
Yeah, the funny thing is, not even I'm an original guy. I just went there because Mongrel didn't need another guitarist. I said, okay, fuck it. And I searched for another skate punk band, and I'm the only member left. So, but the first gig was in like an old fabric, yeah, an old craft house.
Yeah.
It was more like a craft German punk festival. And I remember when we came there, everybody was laughing and saying, pack your skateboards and go home. And when we started to play, we were the fastest band on that day, and we had like the biggest pit, and everyone shut it up after that. So it was like, again, the proof never judge a book by its cover. And I remember like back then it was more strict, you know, like when you don't look like, depending on which scene you are. So you were like, people thought you were like disappointed. So I remember that first thing, I was like kind of nervous. And it was like a weird gig. It was unorganized and police came and stopped it and everything, but after the play, so yeah. So that's the first time. It was like 99, 98, 99, something like that. So technically it's 20 years next year.
20 years. Can you believe, 20 years ago that you guys came to Canada, like touring, and then, get back in new records 20 years later?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it was like, it should have happened a bit earlier. But the most unrealistic was always Australia and Canada to go. And we did both this year. So it's like, yeah.
There's two things that been undo. Let's fucking undo them both in the same year.
Yeah, it was like a tough ride. I think it was 2 times longer tours. So all holidays we had, we spent on the tours this year. It was successful and it was worth it, like meet so many new people. Like we sold out in Canada, man. We have nothing left. We have like a handful of shirts. We sold all CDs and like 10 vinyls somewhere, and that's basically it.
That's cool, man.
Wow.
You're in a sellout band in Canada. But that's cool, man. And I mean it. I think people, when you came to us, people really recognize that, so they get crazy. And there's still a lot of people like me that are old school and need something physical. I mean, I always buy a shirt or a CD or something. So it's cool. It's cool that people went really straight for it and bought almost everything.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because in Europe, when you're a support band of a big band like Lagwagon or like Ten Football or Bigwig, you don't sell much because people spend their money for those guys,
Yeah, or you spend that, or you sell that,
like we didn't expect to sell this much stuff.
Yeah, like, I don't want to say a lot, but like on the Bigwig show, I think it was crazy.
On the first show in Quebec with Bigwig, we sold like half of the shirts.
Yeah, we had like on the first day, so we have to order more. So like, because I think that the positive thing in this moment for us is that it's the first time we're coming, so people don't have anything. There were never records from us in a store in Canada, I guess, and also never like shirts, so people can buy more than from other bands that come more often, I guess. I don't know, maybe that was the reason. Or maybe they just like that, or maybe both, I don't know.
Yeah, and you will see the cool thing about Quebec, and the first time you came, people just there's a couple of people that know you, that came to see you and bring their friends, but there's a lot of people talk a lot, so next time you're gonna freak out. It's always expendable, and it's cool for that. And I think people like I mentioned the nostalgia, but people are in need to find new bands. So in a way, even if you guys are old punk rockers in Germany, here it was freshy and new, so people just jump in it, I think.
Yeah. Well, I can send you a ton of new bands if you need them, because there was a lot of fresh stuff happening. Like Adunalize also were in like Canada not long ago. They were also like a new band. I mean, new bands, like newer bands. So there was a lot, and like we're happy to be part of it and to be there, and we are happy to be back. We hope we will be back soon, and like to have even more people coming, or even if it's the same people just coming again.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Like I don't give a shit. It's time for the future, like as fun as it is to see all the same, like, and all those revival bands all the time, like I would love to see that people focus more on the new bands who are like existing also, like as you see 20 years almost even.
Keeping the scene alive.
So keeping the scene alive, like to make these bands now more relevant, because the others will stop soon and then you will have a gap.
It's so
no
true.
future there.
It's so true, and I get it. It's true, and that's the main thing with the radio show. We play the old school one, and it's really important. But those guys, they have a month and fans, and it's very working well for them. But we need the new generation because those bands gonna left soon, and we need new band in the scenes to keep the scene alive. And there's so much great kick-ass band now everywhere in the world. People think it's still like California or Sweden or, but like you mentioned Australia, they're going crazy right now. The
Yeah.
band there, you saw them.
Like Nerdling.
So you have Australia, and Quebec was always big. And you have the UK in Europe. It's like you have a lot of bands from England and from Spain. I would say there's a lot of bands in Spain. In Poland, that's where I'm from. There was almost no one.
Australia was fun to play as well this year, but in Australia, like we were forced to show our dicks every time. That never happened in
and
to clear this up,
big.
Man asked us to show us their dicks. Okay, man, it was man.
Did you like? I'm freaking out about Australia because they have like the most venomous species in the world. Did you saw like big goddamn spider or really dangerous snake out there, or it's just I'm just like freaking out for nothing?
Oh yeah. I'm the guy. I'm that guy. I was like watching a lot of documentaries about like poisonous spiders, and I was like, there was this documentary saying like that technically over half of the deadly animals and creatures on this earth is living in Australia.
There, on that fucking island. God damn it.
Officially, no humans should be allowed to live there. So I was like, cool, to go to Australia and to see hopefully no. So,
But the most deadly animal in Australia is a fucking kangaroo. So, I think most people die from animals like kangaroos because of car accidents, stuff like that. That's much more dangerous than a fucking spider or a snake.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Because I was like, you don't go like party in the woods and then like get drunk and go anywhere in the fucking woods where like the most venomous. And they're like, yeah, like when you're in
And
town.
then suddenly you have like a spider as big as your head,
Yeah, there's
on
lots
your head.
of sharks in the sea, but I love surfing.
I was expecting to see a lot of spiders, but in the end I just saw a lot of big. So it's okay. It's a good trade,
But congratulations, guys, for that. I heard it's kind of tough to get in Australia. But getting in Australia is a tough thing. I heard getting there it's complicated with the pass and everything. But when you're there, it's people are really cool and open minded, and they have that beautiful scene there going on.
You could just buy a working license. It was like, I think, €230 per person. And the tour manager, he bought it for us. It was easy.
Oh.
But no, it's not complicated at all to get to
Yeah,
Australia.
it's just that you drive a bit long for a gig. But that's a big place. So, yeah.
Like when we got to the border control in Australia, the guy asked me, because of my base cap, is that a gun in there? I said, it's a weapon of rock. He said, oh, it's a Rickenbacker. No, it's a fucking Sandberg. That was nice. That was the border control.
I'm not sure you can say that, to a U.S. border, or I'm sure they're gonna freak out if they're just weapon in your mouth. You're dead.
We should actually try it. Henrik, do you want to do it? Henrik would be Henrik is the Mexican-looking guy. So
Canadian border
try him to do that.
Canadian border patrol was not as nice as the Australian one.
Oh, well, that's like me.
What are you doing here? I said, I play in the band. And then he asked me, is that true? Then I was like, okay, what should I answer? Yes, it's true.
No, you should have
said,
no.
okay, and he gave me the fucking visor. So it was all right, but so fucking unpolite.
They asked me, who am I? And I said, like, I'm a musician. And I said, okay, what are you doing? I said, charity. And it was like, music for cancer. And I said, okay, cool, go. So
it was easy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of pain in the ass. I know. They try to destabilize you with weird questions. I remember last time I went to border, they asked me like the first time when was the first time I ate strawberries. I was like, I don't remember that. How in the fuck can I remember the first time I fucking ate a strawberry? I was a kid. It was 1994, 84, 85. I don't remember. Maybe two, man. Maybe not. That was weird, man. But they're kind of more pissed off like than like open mind or anything. But they didn't kind of say anything. So they're really bad people.
So you said something, I didn't got it. What was the second part of the sentence?
They're fucking bad people anyway.
Yeah, who wants to do that fucking job? But who wants to know? Who wants to know anyway when you ate the first strawberry? I mean,
I don't know, Dan. He's the first guy. He really wants to know about a lot in my life in that first that small interview. He asked me a lot of weird questions about me. Don't trust the guy that asks questions like that. Fuck you.
I still believe it wasn't just his first day at work.
When did you eat your first strawberry?
I don't fucking remember.
A question from a border patrol. It sounds like, I don't know, in a cooking quiz, like when you ate your first strawberry. So I don't know.
But at least it was cool that nothing happened and you guys still can do the tour because it was amazing. From what I heard, playing with 10 Football in Quebec City, the Music for Cancer with every goddamn band. I don't know if you saw Chaser. I think Chaser. It's
yeah. It was so fucking nice. We had loads of fun with that.
They were on stage on that one song. On there on stage. We played an after show party. Yeah, there was this after show party in the Music for Cancer. So we played like
some kind of church.
Yeah, we played again like a church. We played like just cover versions, and when we were ready, then like two persons from Temple Pole came on stage. So we drunkenly improvised something, and then even more came. So we had much the same. Chaser, Temple Pole, us, and Jay from Music for Cancer on one stage doing total chaos. Total chaos. It sounded very bad, but very funny.
Yeah, that's a magical moment. You cannot boss that or try to create that. It just happened, and that's the beauty of it. And he worked his ass, with that festival. I actually host the first edition of Music for Cancer. There was a Wilhelm Scream and Cigar Reunion there. It was an amazing show. Mute was there, and that festival grew up so much big, but yeah, I was at Le Deluge, as you saw, guys. You did both. That's crazy. It's just sometimes it should be like so surreal because we're in Jonquière and the day after, we're in Saint Therese at the Music for Cancer, like driving that amount of hour.
That was actually a short drive anyway. Compared to Australia, it was a short drive. I think in Australia the longest drive was 13 hours.
Yeah.
13 hours, that's woo.
13.
We had a gig in Sydney and then we played Brisbane the day after.
Yeah. So yeah, that was bad.
Driving 2 times to whole Germany.
Yeah, because Quebec, you can do the run, but, with the festival and everything, you can do, like you did, a great run. But, doing Canada, when you pass, Ontario, it's so much amount of driving, getting to Vancouver, it's just crazy, so it's kind of geographically really hard to tour.
In Australia, we just did the East Coast just because of that reason. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to go to the West Coast.
Yeah, same was for Canada, actually. It would take us 3 days or longer by car to even drive through.
Yeah, and in Australia, you don't want your van to broke down in the middle of nowhere because you remember those fucking venomous species.
Yeah, we should never go on tour together. We would freak out everyone. We would just sit there both totally paranoid, like spiders everywhere. Everything is a spider and a dangerous creature. So. But in the end, it was nice. There was almost nothing I saw.
No, the dangerous moment in Australia was in Brisbane. We had to sleep in the crack house. or something like that.
That was more terrible than anything
That's great
else.
for free.
Yeah. Oh, that one day, that one animal that you had.
Yeah.
She was very dangerous.
Straightline, you guys are amazing. I must say thank you. There was so much people, around Quebec, that got involved with that tour, and they are, from what I heard, they all had the greatest moment with you guys, and I must thank you for everything, and thank you for giving me time, man, a day of jamming, because I know it's hard getting all of you guys together, so I'm wasting like 30 minutes of it straight.
We gotta thank you, man.
Yeah, but that was a fun interruption. We like it.
Yeah, we want to thank you for the support because we had also the same nice time that the people had. Like we don't want to go home after the show straight because we want to stay there and talk with everybody and have a good time. And that's like the payment for it. I think I would say this is the payment for a cool gig to have a great time afterwards. You're like on the adrenaline and you're totally, like still high from the gig, and then you have all those people. And of course you want to spend as much time together as possible because then you go home and you never know when you will be back. So thank you. Yeah?
It's true, and there's bands that, try to avoid it. I never get it. I'm more the guy that want to talk to people, when people come to talk about the show or anything. I'm just, wow, man, they take time to, to say that they appreciate it. So, man, it's crazy for me. And, it's the same thing. It's always, you can rush through show or anything. Sometimes you don't have a lot of time, but when you can do, you learn a lot from those people. And it's a beautiful moment. And as you mentioned it, I think it's a kind of reward of life because, those people see the band and your creation and the music way different than you guys, can see it and live it. So sometimes it's really cool to have their point of view.
Yeah, I mean, it's always cool to have that point of view, or at least hear what they like, so that you also know, okay, mostly persons like this or whatever, but in general, to have the feedback for your work directly from the person. So that's like the best thing. Like some people like, for years, like via Facebook or like, I don't know, like from the internet, and then you see them for the first time in real life, and they're actually already friends of yours, but you had never saw them in real life. So this is like a real but great situation. And some persons come and say, hey man, like I'm this and that guy, and I don't even know how they look like, because they have like, just a weird profile picture. And I think, wow, finally I can see the person and have a chat with the person. So it's like, it's always great to stay there after the gig and see what happens.
Yeah. Sometimes reality is much cooler than that.
Yeah. I mean, there are some bands that just want to be in the backstage and have Wi-Fi and sit there with their phones. So we're not that kind of band. I'm glad we are not.
Yeah, I saw that. That's so funny. Like 5 guys like texting. That's it. No, no interaction, nothing. Just fucking texting.
There was this meme. There was a kind of famous meme. It was like, what people think is happening from in the backstage, and you see like drugs, cocaine, and like bitches and whatever you think, like group sex, all these. And then what really happens backstage is bands only asking for the Wi-Fi password.
Yeah, it's a toilet lockable, and what's the Wi-Fi password?
Yeah. It's pretty much everything. We don't want to do that. We want to, like have a good time. We ask for Wi-Fi. And then we have to ask for Wi-Fi too. Then we want to have a good time. And we went to the toilet. And then, some people fell asleep in their bed.
Guys,
next question, please.
I just want to say thank you a lot, man. Before we leave, we're going to celebrate our 500 episode in a couple of weeks. 500, can you believe that?
600 episodes. Are we in the 600 episode now?
No, it's not. It's gonna be in 2 months at the beginning of January. But I'm getting ID from Ben for the 500, so I'm gonna play all the ID. So in a way, yeah, you're gonna be in it. So that's what I want to ask. Can you do me a ID? Just like keep it simple. just saying, hi, this is Straightline, happy 500. And you can say hi, each name and happy 500.
Happy 500 what? 500.
Oh, that's the
Episode.
yeah?
Show.
Yeah, episode of which show? Like, what's the direct name?
Prescription Punk Rock.
Wait, I'm just looking it up to be sure to spell it right. So we say like, hi, this is Straightline, and you're watching the 500, you're listening to the 500 episode of Prescription Punk Rock.
Yes.
Is that good?
Yeah, sure. Can you do it in English and then in German?
Yeah.
That would be rad.
You can do it in every language you want, like that we can speak. Should we do it together? Like
I will fucking invent the language now.
Guys, we can do it in any language you can speak, man. That will be, every language will be rad.
Should we do it all together or just one person?
You can
Just you, but
feel it the way you want. That will be cool with everyone.
Everyone? This will never happen. No way. We will have to say hi, we are Straightline, and you are listening to the 500 episode of Prescription Punk Rock.
yeah, we'll try something.
Okay?
Yeah, I keep rolling. I tape it, so don't worry.
Okay. Timer. 1, 2, 3. All together, you mean? Yeah, all together. Okay. Yeah. All together? Only I did the Straightline together, and then the other part. Okay. Okay. Okay, we try it. Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Hi, this is Straightline, and you're listening to the 500 episode of Prescription Punk Rock. Kaliste Tabernak. Tabernak. So, hola, esto es Straightline. Estás escuchando el 500 programas de Prescription of Punk Rock.
El Prescription
El
of Punk Rock.
Prescription. Wait, I have another one for you. Yeah, now in German, come on.
Tag, wir sind Straightline. Ihr hört die 500. Episode von Prescription Punk Rock.
Yeah. And I have a Polish one for you. Witamy, jesteśmy Straightline i słuchacie numer 500 epizodów Prescription Punk Rock. Okay, now in Japan.
You guys are amazing.
Don't put that on your This is the racist band Straightline. What's funny? Yeah, in fact, there was a Greek fascist band called Straightline, and we want to say fuck off to those guys now. Like, I know they won't listen, but if you listen, fuck off, change your name.
I'm sure you listen to Prescription Punk. I'm sure he's a huge fan.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, man. I respect you guys so much because in Europe, the culture, you guys speak a lot of language, and it's beautiful to see, man. I just speak French and English, but there's so much language. I try to learn German. I know a little bit, but it's way back in the day.
Tell us some German stuff.
Even I, as a native speaker, fail. I hate it.
Yes, tell us some German stuff, man.
Mein Name ist Erik Bedard. Ich tu nicht sprechen Deutsch. Und mein Auto ist kaputt. Eine Großbitten.
If your car's broke, what happened?
The rest I would have to say in English, cause yeah, it's I really tried to learn German, but it was in college, and the exam was really, really hard. So I understand at that time if I want to learn the language, it doesn't have to be in a way that you have to have exam and everything. I have to learn it from myself, or I don't love to be stressful or something when I'm learning.
It's like if you study a language in Germany, I don't know if our education is better, but probably you really suck in speaking German.
That That is fucking true.
Like really, you studied it you studied German at university?
No.
Or did I get it wrong?
I was in
I think
college.
you got it
It
wrong.
was in college. Yeah,
But
before
college was
university. We got high school, college, and then university. So I tried to study a language. I tried German, and it was German and Spanish, and improve English. So, but it was more history of English, British history, or U.S. history, everything, but in English.
I don't learn German at all. It's like if everybody speaks a bit of English, perfect.
English is the world language anyway. So it's like most of the people speak English nowadays. It's not that tough anymore.
But German was rough. The teacher went straight to it. The first day she said, it's gonna be the only day I'm speaking English, then I'm gonna speak in German. So after that, you're all by yourself. So it the first maybe 3 or 4 course, you're freaking out. You say, I don't fucking get anything, and then you start to understand it. But it's always learning the verb tense and the verb, and then you can have some adjective, and then it's getting more easy. But the verb is your best friend when you learn a language.
Yeah,
That's the way you can, even if you don't speak well, people can understand what you want. It's direct action.
It was really hard to learn French at school. I totally failed. The same for me, but it was much easier to understand the Quebecian French than the French one.
Yeah, it's really different.
More style in the way you talk French.
Yeah, it's so weird that French from France, it's so different than our French, but there's so much exception in the French language that's make it hard, because you can have words that if you say that way it's spelled that way, or that way it's spelled that way. There's so much exception with masculine and feminine, and it's a tough language too, and we don't really speak it well. I don't.
Yeah, your style is better.
Well, you speak very good English, and that was for example, at Little Lutz, because I just found the picture, I fucking kissed you, I don't remember that. We had a romance.
That was a really intense, spontaneous moment, and that's what I love about you guys.
And it's at Little Lutz, man. So at Little Lutz, you were pretty much the only person speaking any English at all. Because that was really weird, and nobody spoke English there. So your English is pretty good, man.
Yeah, Montreal, Quebec people don't speak a lot, but there's people still that can really speak it well. In Montreal, a lot of people, it's really more English than Quebec, and it's maybe where in Quebec you find the more English people. But Saguenay, where we were, and if you go deep the Saguenay, you don't find a lot of people speaking in English. And if one time you go to Rimouski, or we call it Le Bas du Fleuve, which is going to Gaspésie, really deep near Le Fleuve Saint-Laurent, which is really, really deep town. They don't speak English at all.
So yeah, we realized that there were some. The other one was Temple Paul L'Abeille, I think.
Yes.
It was also pretty bad English over there.
Yeah, but it's funny, and it's beautiful to see them trying the best they can, to make you understand that they had a blast, and it's beautiful to see that, you saw what they tried to say in their eyes, but the mouth is just, it don't go the way they want to say it.
I love that moment when you, after a while, when they try to show you their expressions, you just stand there and watch each other, but you can't speak to each other because, they don't understand you and you don't understand them, and you're there and you're polite, and you're yeah, but man, I don't want to tell you because it's I don't understand you. You know what I mean?
And it's funny, and when you meet new people like that, they don't try to show you the good thing to say in a language or the good way to say it. It's just about the swear, the shitty thing about the language. They want to try to learn you tabarnak, kalis, or all the swear. It's so cliche.
Well, for us it's cool. Yeah, I mean, I love to know, it's good to know that, and you can say it on stage then and all that stuff. I mean, you would do the same. You would come to Germany and say, hey, can you tell me all the swear words, man? And you would say, of course we can.
Yeah, and I will do it. It's one of my plans. Maybe not next year, but in 2 years, I will come to Germany, and I will have more than just a line to say. You know, I'm gonna get back to it because the best way to learn a language is to travel. So I'm gonna take some course before, and then, you know, go seek the base, the fucking verb, and then get to you guys.
I'm just traveling.
Yeah.
But when you come to Germany, to make a stop here, a place to sleep and everything, just come over.
Yeah, of course I will need you guys, then make sure I will. So, guys, thank you so much for everything. It meant the world for me, man. I had a blast. And make sure I'm going to send out all the details and the date when I heard the interview. It's going to be October 29th on Monday. I will have the podcast. It's not a podcast show. We're live in the studio, but we have the podcast right after the show, so I'm going to send out all the details.
Yeah, it's all fun. Like it was a fun interview. I don't know how much you will edit or whatever, but like, yeah.
You will see. It's going to be good.
Greetings to everybody in Quebec, man. And I don't want to make band shout-outs because you have only good bands. So.
Thank you so fucking much. Quebec love you guys.
We love you as well. And hope you enjoyed the discography and everything. Like.
Yeah, I had. Actually, it was really fun. It was really fun. And, you know, I dig them all. And I like the way you try to reinvent yourself on every record. So it's going to be really interesting to see the new songs and hear it. So now it's time to create, guys. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Until we talk, I know you're not a huge drinker of beer, but anything's on me. Send me the bill.
The what? Send me a beer?
Yeah. Keep me a German beer next time you came.
I will give you like 10 German beers. Some other stuff as well.
That would be great. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you as well, man. Thank you very much, man. Thanks for the interview. Yeah.
Have a kick-ass jam.
Yeah, we will. We will think of you. Like, we will write a song and say, hey, man, this one's to Eric. Next time, hey, we will say, this one's to Eric. He was calling us before we wrote it.
That would be rad, guys.
We will.
You crazy German. Go play. It's not time to play, guys.
All right, man. Hey, thanks a lot for everything. We speak soon, all right?
Yes, for sure, man.
Amen. Good love and greetings to everybody. Thanks for everything. Bye.
Hell yeah! Bye, Straightline.